Good evening. You're watching an interesting video here, a double of the day video on counting and probability. I am Mr. Ish. Thank you for joining me. Here is a question on a subject that's frequently the bane of many students, including myself in my past, especially with tests. The question is this: in how many ways can you arrange the letters? These are the letters W-A-T-E-R. If, question first part, order does not matter and each letter can only be used once. What do we know offhand here? This is a counting question. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 letters. Order does not matter, meaning you can make any 5-letter word using these letters. All letters have to be used. They can only be used once, and it could be a nonsense word and it wouldn't matter. The best way to do this type of question, a counting question, is count what you have and you do a factorial of it. And that factorial is your answer, and that would be 120. The reason why this works is this: if you have supposedly 5 blanks representing the 5 letters in this word, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options that can go into this. But once you put a letter in here, now you only have 4 options, or 4 remaining letters that can come in here. And once you've done that, you only have 3 options which come here, and likewise 2 options over here, and then of course the last letter must fall in here. So 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, the factorial, gives you your answer, and it's 120. Part B to this counting question states this: in how many ways can you arrange the following letters? You know what they are. If order does not matter, each letter can be used only once, but the first letter that you use must be the letter W. Now what do you do in this instance? It's still a counting question, and it still is going to involve a factorial. The best way to handle this is just draw your 5 letters which would fall into the word. You know you have to put W here. Then you're looking at how many letters you have left. You have 4, and therefore you must do a factorial of 4, and that'll give you your answer, which would be 24, because you would have 4 options for here, you'd have 3 options for here, because as each letter is used, you have 1 option less. And that would be your answer: 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, because this was already used. And 24 is your answer. There are 24 ways of arranging the letter to create a word using W as the first and any option afterwards, and 24 is a good answer. The second and last question for this video will cover probability, and there'll be 2 parts. And this is one of the type of questions which frequently shows up on standardized tests. The question goes as this: a bag has 3 red, 2 blue and 4 yellow balls. Find the probability of selecting. You have to find the probability that you will select a red ball, a blue ball, a yellow ball, and then a yellow ball with replacement. What does replacement mean? Replacement means is you put your hand in a bag, you take out the ball, you see what you have, you record what you have, and you put the ball back in the bag. So at any time, the bag always has a full complement of the balls. So you have to find the probability of selecting a red, blue, yellow, and a yellow ball. The first thing you must do over here is calculate the total balls. You have 3 plus 2 is a 5 plus 4. You have a total of 9 balls. You have to individually now calculate the probability, because probability is the chance of success divided by total chances. The probability of this red will be, because there are 3 balls, it will be 3 out of 9. The probability of a blue ball will be 2 out of a 9, because there are 2 balls, and each time you're selecting a ball, you're reading what it is, you put the ball back, and the denominator always stays the same because the total in the bag stays the same. For the yellow, it'll be times 4 over 9, and then here the next one will be 4 over 9, because you're constantly putting the balls back as you pick them up. And the answer over here will be 96 divided by 6561. So 96 over 6561. You can simplify this. 3's go in both number. 32 over 2187. That's your answer. Now the second part to this last question has a little bit of a twist in it. You have the same scenario. The bag has 3 red, 2 blue, and 4 yellow balls. You have to find the probability of selecting a red ball, a blue ball, 2 yellow balls, but without replacement, which means that when you select each ball, you don't put it back in the bag. You record what you have and you put the ball aside, but it never goes back in that bag. So you have to start again with calculating the total, which again will be 9, and then you go from this direction and you proceed in that direction. The probability of red will be 3 out of 9, because that's what you're seeing all along. Then for blue, it'll be, because there are 2 blue balls, it'll be 2 divided by 8, because now you've reduced it by 1 because you're not replacing the balls back. Then the yellow, You have 4 yellows, you have 4 divided by 7 because 2 balls have been red and kept outside the bag. And for that last yellow ball, it'll be 3 over 6 because you reduce the yellow balls count by 1 and you reduce the total count by another 1. And that right there would be an answer. You could do the product of all of this and come up with a good answer. These 3's would multiply and cancel with this. You can cancel this with this too. You can cancel that with that. You essentially just have 7 and 6 on the denominator and you have 1 over 42, and that would be your answer and you would be good with that answer. And that's it for this video. Keep in mind, counting and probability can be confusing, but if you logically work your way through these questions, you can somehow get through them and manage them well. Stay tuned. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching.